Hello everybody, my name is Quinn. Today I read Earthquakes. Have you ever been in an earthquake? How did it feel? An earthquake can be a scary experience. What is an earthquake? An earthquake is really Earth's way of getting rid of stress. The Earth has plates that shift back and forth. This stress and strain causes the surface of the Earth to crack. It is like pushing against the two ends of a stick. The stick will eventually bend and break from the pressure. The Earth crust reacts the same way. As the plates move, the crust breaks. The stress is released as energy that moves through the Earth in the form of waves. This wave is what we call earthquakes. Do you know that there are different types of earthquakes? They are called tectonic, volcanic, and explosion earthquakes. A tectonic earthquake is the most common. These happen when the rocks on Earth crust breaks because of the tectonic plates shifting. A volcanic earthquake takes place during the eruption of a volcano. Explosions earthquakes happen when there has been a chemical or nuclear detonation. These earthquakes take place in underground mines. Earthquake can be measured in many ways. One of the ways is to measure how intense an earthquake is. Magnitude is another way to measure an earthquake. The Richter scale is used to measure the magnitude. Semantics measure it measured by using semantics wave. Amphibians. What is an amphibian? An amphibian is an animal that spends parts of its life underwater and part on land. When amphibians are underwater, they breathe with gills. When they are on land, they breathe with lungs. They are cold-blooded. This means that their body temperature changes depending on the temperature around them. There are three kinds of amphibians. The first group is newts and salamanders. These animals are about 3 inches long. They have 4 legs and 4 fingers on each leg. They are red, orange, and transform to the color ring. The second type is frog and toads. Frog and toads are very similar. Toads have a warty black and spend less time in water. They eat insects and other small animals. Frogs begin as a tadpole. They spend time to close to water so that they can lay their eggs. The last group is caxilians. These are worm-like creatures. Millions of years ago, there were other types of amphibians, but they are now extinct. The ear. Did you hear that? If you did, then you heard it with your ear. The ear is a very important part of the body. Sounds can be soft or loud, and the ear can hear almost all sounds. The ear takes in sounds, then sends this information to the brain. Ears also help you keep your balance so that you don't fall over. The ear is made up of 3 main sections. These parts are the outer ear, the middle ear, and the inner ear. Each part of the ear plays an important role in hearing. The outer ear is the part that you can see. If you whisper in someone's car, you're whispering into the outer ear. The outer ear holds the ear canal. This is where the wax is made. This earwax keeps infections from getting inside the ear. Earwax also collects dirt and keeps the ear clean. Sound waves enter the ear and travel to the middle ear. Within the middle ear is the eardrum, which the sound waves strike and cause to vibrate. The inner ear receives the vibrations into the cochlea. This is a small tube in the inner ear. The small tubes are filled with liquid. Tiny hairs line the tube. When the vibration causes the hair to move, it creates nerve signals that the brain understands as sounds. The brain understands the signal and hears the sounds. insects. Insects are animals that do not have backbones. They have a hard exoskeleton, 3 body parts, 2 antennae, 3 pairs of jointed legs, and compound eyes. Some insects have wings. Insects hatch from eggs. They also breathe through special holes called spiracles. There are millions of different types of insects. Insects are the largest group of animals. Scientists say that insects have been around since long before the dinosaur. Insects are found all over the world. They live on all continents, in backyards, and even in the walls of homes. Insects live right alongside humans. Many people are afraid of insects, but not for all insects are harmful. Insects may look scary to humans, but that does not mean they are harmful. For example, daddy long-legged spiders, June bugs, dragonflies, moths, and butterflies are all harmless insects. There are some insects that are harmful to humans. These insects include centipedes, ticks, lice, bees, warts, and more.